rest of the India top order has got runs. Shikhar Dhawan, the man who needed practice, is out. It's like what?
For Essex. Here comes Coles again. Got naught with the bat this morning.